We're gonna go do some corn checking. Philip's been washing all day. He got Alex is done, the black Western Star, and he's doing his. And Evie wants to come, right?
What are we doing, Evie?
I don't know, she has an old tap in her mouth for some reason. Okay, we're gonna go check some corn because tomorrow's the 4th of July.
They say knee high, 4th of July. We'll see how we get.
Very, very old saying.
It is, but it's the same.
Yeah, but
Up here.
I think but we're gonna go look at some corn. We really haven't recorded anything all week, mostly because we were just spreading manure and it was just repetitive, so I decided not to, and there's really nothing else major going on to record. So we're gonna check some corn, and I guess I'll show you guys some of that stuff that's going on. Pine cone is
Shit.
what, you wanted ice cream?
I wanted a black raspberry. You got money with me? No, I don't. Son of a bitch.
There you go, you wanted ice cream. I had money in my pocket. So where are we going?
We're getting some ice cream.
Yeah. Everyone around here that watches these videos knows that they're called creamies. A soft serve is called a creamy in Vermont. And in any other state that I have been in, and anywhere else, it's called a soft serve. But it's damn creamy around here.
It is.
Even if it sounds very wrong. But it is. So we're gonna go get some.
Marcus gets some, he wants the apple.
Well, he's not getting one right now. He's not with us.
Look at him licking his chops.
Yummy.
Amy, what'd you get?
Pringles.
Don't back up, jeez. Yep. Now we can go check some corn. So we're coming up to probably, I'm gonna say the worst corn.
Almost.
But you gotta show you gotta show you the bad and the good. So we'll start with the worst. This wasn't planted last, but this is the field that is our heaviest ground, really hard clay. It's really our only field like this, so it always grows not the best, and especially this year because of how dry it was this whole last month. I think we got a ½ inch in a month.
Well, not lately, but it
Well,
was.
but until now.
Yeah.
Until like last week. Between first cut and second cut. Between first cut and second cut. Still got my ice cream. We had a ½ inch of rain maybe. But honestly, if I could hold this camera, it's still decent. I mean, we got some patches here and there, but you'll have that. It's still, look at that. It's actually knee high.
It is.
But
wasn't coming.
some spots didn't come. Like, look at these little guys. They're trying. He's trying. It's just really hard to compact, especially right here where we always drive in.
Some of them 2 inches tall. They're finally
They're actually coming.
coming now.
Look at that. Give them some motivation for stuff.
This thing is only about an inch high. Not enough rain. Holy son of a bitch! It wasn't my plan.
It was just the corn didn't want to come.
Corn didn't want to come. Look at that. I believe it.
He thought his planter was screwing up.
Yeah, but I knew it. But it showed good, but it wasn't coming.
So,
Look at that.
oh, look at the excitement.
I am excited.
Shitty corn's better than no corn.
Damn right.
But yeah, this is our worst corn. You can see it's kind of worse there. It's
Look at that. This is perfect. This is perfect.
up until today. We've had this in several fields just because.
It wasn't coming, and now it is. Fucking 2 months later, it's coming. Look at that. Everywhere, so it wasn't my planter. That's how dry it was. Son of a bitch. Awesome. Made my day.
But it didn't do it everywhere, so which was good. Just in random sections.
Yep.
I mean, we've had a lot of the fields are fine, but normally right next to the road, it's pretty shitty because that's where people gotta see it, right?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, let's go see the next field.
All right, but yeah, this is definitely the worst field for growing because of how hard the ground is. We finally got rain this week and last week, and it's a lot better. Stuff's actually growing, even the stuff that was invisible.
I'm surprised it's still alive. After 2 months, it's finally coming. Never seen that before. Oh yeah, let's go.
Alrighty, to the next field. So we're coming down to Enosburg. What is it? Like, it's around 80 acres down here.
Yeah, a little bit.
And this is definitely our best corn. It's
First planted.
It's always the first planted because it's the farthest away cornfield. It always is the driest in most of the field. Most of the field. Some areas are not so dry, but it's a lot of. It's like river bottom, but it's not river bottom.
Well, we can tell what I don't remember.
Some sections of it are. But this is Pioneer.
It's Pioneer. I think it's 114 days.
I think so. This is the longest day corn we'll do because it's the last chop normally too. You can see that the planter didn't have that issue here like it did in the last field because this soil is really good. And
Walk right in there.
she's doing her thing.
Walk in there. See how high it is.
Oh. Kristoff's 6 foot, so look at the smiles.
Look at that.
That ain't bad.
It grew in the last couple days. That's for
Yeah.
sure. It got taller.
It looks like it shouldn't be tall, but this field goes kind of downhill right here. And then that one's kind of the same. So like, because of the edges, because you drive in everywhere, you always got the compaction and crap like that, so it doesn't grow good. But the farther you go in, it grows. Yeah, the corn down here looks a hell of a lot better than up there because it didn't have that soil growing problem with the lack of rain. Right here is literally where every truck drives in because it's so nice and dry.
Almost 6 foot.
He's just gonna keep walking. No, we can go in. Oh, I don't want to break the corn stalks. What'd you say? 32 tons an acre. That's what you're planning for. What's the average from this field? Tons.
Tons?
Yeah, that you've gotten off here.
32 is a lot. 28, 30.
That's the average down here, 28, 30?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah. You can see it's like averaging this height out here where you don't have all the driving. But
We'll go up front and it's dry up there.
so yeah, this area, once you're off the where you drive in, it's just all this tall everywhere. But we're gonna get out of here and go to the next one. Jeez. This is a little farther up. A little bit of drier.
Curled anyway.
It's still curled?
No, I know it's curled. You can't tell now. But it was curled right up. Like
This spot, just not good. We can't show you only the good corn. Not everything's perfect, but
they opened up a little bit.
this is when it gets a lack of rain. You can see it gets burnt.
Yeah, it was bad.
It curls right up. Just looks like that. It's just curled up. It's because it's trying to get as much water as it can from itself.
They didn't have any.
And then since it can't get any, it starts killing itself and burning.
Okay, let's go. You ready, sweetie? No?
But yeah, that's what happened. But it's really only this front section. Everything else on this whole field is like that soil. So it's all nice. You can see it's all really green.
It rained the last couple days. What we did get rain, and look, you got a couple inches down, and it's sand, dry. 2 inches. Oh,
Not crazy. This year was the first year that I can remember that we never cultivated.
yep.
Um,
We were too nervous to
You feel on the main
open it up to dry it even more.
because we cultivate all our corn land except for the heifer barn left. That's too rocky, and then you pull rocks up and you'll smash your corn head. But every other field gets cultivated, and it was so dry this year we never did it because you're just gonna, you first dry the corn out, and then all we did was fertilize it and waited for the rain. But yeah, first year we never did it because it was too dry. Third cut grass is growing. This year, not this year, this cut should actually come this time because it got manure and the rain.
Hopefully it'll keep getting some a little bit of rain.
Yeah, our second crop was
Nothing.
nothing. It was half the size it should have been.
No, it wasn't.
We can hope it was half the size. Some of the fields were, but most of it was junk. Complete junk. Disappointing.
But it was everywhere around here.
Yeah, it was just lack of rainfall. But yeah, we spread it all, and now we're waiting again.
So, you don't want to get out?
We will. But here you, so I'm going to show you from here. This field, you can see where the grass starts right there. This was all grass 3 years ago. Maybe 4 years ago. But this is probably the newest addition of corn we have around here. I think some in Richford we did last year, 2 years ago. Yeah. But we don't really rotate crops around here. You don't got the land to do it. And what's not corn is rocky, and we don't like rocks. But from this side is grass. And the 1 year we did rotate it, it grew amazingly better than the other stuff, but now it's about the same. But this corn is, we'll go down there and show you. This is another river bottom field. This field will flood, has flooded many times in the past. Yeah. Grows
a lot less down here.
Grows a lot of good corn.
It's dry.
But as you can see, it got less rain than our Enosburg stuff, because here it's already dry. It's just, there is none of that layer. It's just already dry. This stuff is actually almost 6 foot too. Once you get past your headlands, gee, not bad. If our corn's looking like this, maybe this lack of rain is not gonna be a big deal. So we're going to our big cornfield, and there's 3 varieties in this field because the soil progressively changes. So this is really harder and more wet ground, and then in the middle it's a mix between that and the sand, and the very back is just pure river bottom. It's really sandy, and you can tell a lot more when the corn's done growing, like the level. Maybe not now, we'll be able to tell even really where the variety change is, but you can always,
I know where it is, but
oh, yeah. He planted it, so I guess he knows exactly where he switched. But you'll really be able to tell like when corn starts to tassel, like each section will do it in their own time. Yeah. But it's still 3 foot in the first section, which is always the worst because it's the hardest soil.
Here's a section.
I can, yeah.
That way it's easy to tell.
But you lost corn tonnage right here, Christoph.
You did, but it's easy for people to say, yeah, this is what we changed.
So you can see he changed it there. You can't really, I guess you could tell a little bit different that this is already taller, but nothing too crazy. And then you're guessing down by where the road ends you switched?
Yeah, right before that.
It still looks good, especially for just no rain for a straight month almost. Corn did not like it. It was hot, but corn likes the heat, but it doesn't like to starve. We're in the very back, right where the road ends, but the field still goes away more. He basically switched the seeds in this spot right here.
Right around here.
It's not bad. It's 5 foot here, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's not as tall as the other stuff, but this also was planted a couple days later. We're up here at the heifer barn. I'm gonna go check some of this corn out. Well, this is the last day of planting. I can't remember what day it was.
I have it on my phone, but I don't know where
I will check real quick. I went through my phone. I did find it. May 15th was the last day we did planting. So the 14th, this field was planted. And then that one, and the one up top, and then the one right behind the barn that I recorded too, that was on the 15th. So the last 2 days of corn planting, not bad.
it's my kitchen.
Yeah, this stuff is Microgen. I think the other 2 fields I showed were
All 3 were
those 3 were Pioneer. We do some of both, and Microgen does better in certain soils, and the Pioneer does better in other soils. So we've rotated them to figure out what works for us, and that's what we plant in them. And nothing's perfect, but some work better in other soils, so that's why we use them. But I'm gonna say this isn't horrible height.
Oh.
For,
this is all picking corn anyway.
yeah, we don't want tall corn in this field or the first field I showed you that has really hard ground. That corn is meant to be short. It's all for picking. We just want really big ears. So we aren't looking for height here. We just want size. We're gonna come back here and show you the very last field planted on the 15th. This is the last thing done. The field we just showed you was the second last day field done. And this corn in this field is normal chopping corn.
Yep. But it has some mixed corn in there.
I guess, yeah. Because it was from does, so there's some. I think the first time around, we finished what was in the planter, but it wasn't crazy. But this field just grows amazingly good too. And it's not river bottom, it just has really good soil. It's not horrible. You could see that
No, it doesn't look too bad.
she's I don't know, 4 feet here.
Yep.
You could tell it was shriveled up from the lack of rain, because we were in this area right on our farm, we were really lacking, but it's coming back.
Yep.
I'd say the corn is looking pretty good for what we got. Not to complain this year. So far. We have no clue what the rest of the summer is going to hold. Avi came with us and decided she was too cold to get out of the pickup, so she didn't want to come out. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. Happy 4th of July. And thank you for anyone that was in the military or anything. And till the next video.